Hello everyone, my name is Steven and I am a first year dental student. One of my goals for this channel is to help students who are like me with getting more done, being more productive, and living happier and healthier lives. And today I want to talk about how I stay focused for long periods of time when studying is required of me. During my first year of dental school, I have done a lot more studying than I had in the past, and I've learned a couple things about what works for me and what doesn't when it comes to focusing for long periods of time. And before I get into 3 simple little tips that I like to employ in order to accomplish this, I want to give you a quick book recommendation if you're interested in this topic. The book that changed the way I thought about focusing and about working for long periods of time is, of course, Deep Work by Cal Newport. And if you don't want to go out and put in all the work, time, and effort to read this entire book, you could probably find a good summary online that will give you some helpful tips to apply to your own life. The entire idea of Deep Work by Cal Newport is that when we have things that we need to get done and we have things that we need to focus on, we should dedicate our entire being to that one thing instead of allowing distractions to keep us away from that thing. Of course, as students, the thing that we need to be doing is studying for long hours at a time, and often this is difficult. So with the theories and tactics discussed in Deep Work, as well as some of my own personal experiences in mind, I've come up with 3 pretty simple things that you can do in order to get more work done and to focus for longer periods of time. The first thing is really simple, and yet we all struggle with it, and that is eliminating distractions. Distractions come in many shapes and sizes, but to me, the biggest of these distractions, and the most likely to affect you in a negative way, is your cell phone. The cell phones that we all have nowadays can do literally anything, and of course this is a great thing for many reasons. But when it comes to getting a lot of work done and to staying focused for long periods of time, these things are no good for us. The first thing that I do when I sit down to study for a long period of time is I take my cell phone and I throw it to some part of the room. I just want to get it away from me so that there is no chance that it can distract me. The problem with your phone is that it's very easy to tell yourself, I'm just gonna check Instagram for 5 minutes, or I'm just gonna watch one quick YouTube video. But our brains seem to be programmed to fall into rabbit holes and to start going way down the line in content. Before we know it, we're wrapped up in things and we have no idea what we're doing, but we're certainly not studying or staying focused like we need to be. By taking your phone and putting it on your bed away from your desk, or sometimes sticking it under your mattress, or even taking it and putting it in a different part of the house, we can immediately eliminate the effects of, I'll just get on my phone for a few minutes and it'll be totally okay. Sometimes an issue that I have is when I need to take a quick bathroom break during my study sessions, and I decide, oh, okay, I can just take my phone with me and I won't have any problems. I'll just be on it for a few minutes, put it back down, and get right back to the studying. But this is completely contrary to the ideas that Cal Newport outlines in his book when he talks about fully devoting ourselves to the thing that we're trying to do. And simply put, the phone is a distraction that keeps us from that thing. So on my breaks from study sessions, I often have to tell myself, keep the phone over there, go to the bathroom and do something quickly and get right back to it, because if I have my phone, I'm probably gonna get distracted, and who knows how long that 5-minute break will become. The second point in this discussion is Pomodoro timers. I'm a big proponent of Pomodoro timers, and if you've never heard of these timers, I'd be a little bit surprised, but if you haven't, let me explain what they are. Pomodoro timers are study timers that we can use to break up our study sessions. So instead of studying for 4 hours in total and having no breaks, we break up those big study sessions into more bite-sized, manageable sessions with little breaks in between that give us the chance to rejuvenate and replenish so that we can go for longer. I think this is really important because even in our moments of greatest motivation, when we want to go out and we want to study for many hours, it's very likely and possible for us to get burnt out. And the best way to avoid being burnt out in these study sessions is to use a Pomodoro timer. There are plenty of websites and apps that allow you to use these timers. You can also just do them yourself with your clock app in your phone. But if you're looking for someone to join you in your study session and give you a nice Pomodoro timer, I have a playlist full of study with me videos that you can check out and watch while you study and use the built-in Pomodoro timer. So check that out right here, and maybe you'll find something in there that you enjoy using while you study. Point is, Pomodoro timers are great. I use them pretty much every single time I sit down to study, and they're the best way that you can break up your study sessions and make them much more manageable to ultimately get more done and stay more focused. The last thing that I do in order to stay focused and to study for longer is to schedule my study sessions. Oftentimes, the leading reason why we can't stay focused for long periods of time is a lack of motivation. And for me, motivation comes in many forms, but one of the strongest senses of motivation that I'm able to derive for studying is that there is an end to it all. What I mean by this is that I'm not going to be studying forever. There's going to be a point when I'm finished with this big task that's in front of me. And the best way to remember this and to recognize this in myself is to schedule out my study periods and to know that there's a start and a finish to all of it. In a week or so, I plan to make a video where I fully plan out my next semester of dental school with all of you. And in this video, I will talk about how I'm going to set up my study days and my study periods. But the purpose of this entire idea is to recognize that if you're able to just put in these few hours of work right here in your day, there will be plenty of time after where you're able to rest, relax, and get away from the terrible things that come to all of us when we study. In my time before and during dental school, I've learned a lot about staying focused and studying for long hours. And it can be very difficult and taxing to do, but if we're able to do it, we can produce very good and solid work. I think with these 3 tips and maybe some things that you'll find for yourself in Cal Newport's book, you will be able to stay focused and study for longer periods of time, and you'll see the effects in the classroom when your grades come out. Guys, this was a quick and short video, but I just wanted to talk about these 3 principles that I've learned, and hopefully you can use them and they will affect you in a positive way. And just to give you a brief update on the channel, my channel is starting to grow a little bit, and I'm super thankful and grateful that that's happening. I think as of the filming of this video, I'm at about 400 subscribers, which I'm super blessed to have that many people kind of jump on board and recognize that maybe I'm saying something or putting something out that's pretty positive and helpful, or at very least enjoyable. If you haven't jumped on the train yet, go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I plan to put out a whole lot in the future, and I'm really enjoying what I'm putting out lately. Also, as you can see, I am not in my normal setup in Memphis at school. I'm actually at home in Nashville for a few well-deserved weeks of winter break, and I'll probably be making videos here in my childhood bedroom for a while as I rejuvenate and take some time away from school. Of course, in January, I'll get right back into the swing of things in dental school, and I will be a first-year, second semester dental student, which is pretty exciting. So there's gonna be a whole lot to come about that. But for now, thank you all so much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed it, please let me know in the comments and like the video. Those are really easy ways for me to see that you appreciate the content and you enjoy what I'm doing. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you very soon in the next one. All right, YouTube outro complete, and that is that.